Happy Wednesday, y'all. What up? What up? What up? What we talking about tonight, babe?
Today we're gonna talk about dating in your 40s. We're gonna kick that off. That was one of the topics that came up where we sent out the asking for topic conversations. And you may not believe this, babe. With this handsome baby face I got, I'm actually over 40.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So got all of the lady work wonders. Yeah, I exfoliate.
Guess who over here with me? Look.
Uh-huh. Keeping my chair warm, huh?
You said what?
You keeping my chair warm.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. That's a big chair to fill. So we're gonna give out 2 more minutes.
Invite some people, because where these people at?
That's why I said, we don't ran them off.
Nope. They about to get in here though.
Get their tail.
Ass. Bring your asses.
I'm trying to be a better person, increase my change my vocabulary up a little bit.
No.
Did he just freeze up? Oh no.
Yeah. Do it for both of us. It's not letting me invite nobody.
Really?
See, I told you Facebook. See if you can invite people.
Like I know how to work this. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see. Give me a name.
Dana.
I'm here.
Just see if it'll come up.
Okay.
Is it coming up?
Well, maybe because I'm not friends with Dana.
It still should come up if she in the group. We got some more people in. All right.
You don't talk them up.
What the comments say?
Well,
How do you get to the comment?
You just took it off.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
So Dana gonna help me with the comments.
Okay. They saying, hey, Janelle said, yep, that's food. Nothing.
I've been running all day. I finally get to eat.
So Dana's gonna help out producing everything. That's what I'm talking about. Teamwork.
By default.
She knows she's gonna get put to work.
That's how friends do you.
That's cool.
That's what friends are for.
Damn.
Where everybody at?
I don't know what's going on with people tonight.
Okay, it's 3. I'm trying to see on here.
Can you see who on there? I know Janelle on there. We know that for sure.
Rick.
Okay.
3. Who the other person? Is it me? How do you see?
Are you in?
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's in. I see her.
Oh, I am? Oh. Well, who is it? Cassandra.
Okay. Where the single folks? Invite
We got a couple
Maurice
people.
in here.
Maurice's work. He got Camp Gladiator during this time.
Invite Floyd. Send Floyd an invite. Who else single? We need to get in here.
Yeah. I heard so.
There ain't a lot of
Yeah.
us here.
I can't. He won't come up on mine because
Tina.
Where's Tina at?
Tina is Teena. It won't let you do it back?
no. If they're not on my personal Facebook, it's not gonna let me do it.
Oh.
You know, my personal Facebook family is like minute.
I know.
Yeah.
See if you can invite some people.
I was
Fran.
trying to look how to do it.
Hey, so let me log off real quick and do a reminder or something.
Don't log off.
Oh, I ain't want to log off anyway.
Oh, click on them things and see if it's there.
Tag people.
Yep.
Oh, it says you haven't finished your comments. Stay on.
That's
page.
okay.
But I don't want to leave the page, right?
You can go back in. Just click back in there.
Leave page. So now what I do?
Okay, now where it say tag people?
It did, and then it left the page.
So while they do that, the reason we're doing it this way today, I'm in Pennsylvania, she's in Dallas, so we had to invite me in. Even when I'm doing work, I'm coming in for y'all. We're gonna make this an awesome night, awesome week. Last week we took a week off, to handle some things. But we back. Man, look at it.
They know we have to do this when you out of town, but
Boy, you sure as a thunderjack, ain't you? So,
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, son. I'm just glad you were chewing with your mouth closed, baby. I love you.
I ain't rude. It's bad enough I'm eating on here.
Mm. Yeah.
Because my sister said she was going to come in.
Oh, yeah?
Now it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
No. Was you freezing up or was I freezing up, babe?
I kind of jumped off for a minute so I can shoot some text to people.
Oh,
What am I
okay.
supposed to say? About to get on. Okay. All right. So we got some people about to hop on. Let's go ahead and just do an introduction. For anybody that comes on to watch the replay that's new, thank you for coming in. This is Date Affirm the Real, Marcus and Keya. And tonight, we're going to be addressing and focusing on the singles in the group. So, we decided that we were going to talk about a few different things. We're going off of the recommendations of people in the group. One being my friend, she's sitting next to me, Dana. So, she has some thoughts and ideas, and we're going to discuss them. You should see how she's looking at me.
I know she's looking at you. Yeah, we're not gonna don't put that face on camera because she looking at you.
Listen, let me tell you something. As tired as I am, I'm gonna have to do something to like liven it up because I'm tired, and I still gotta finish packing and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, babe, let's go ahead and get started. We're just gonna have to get this thing started. We're 10 minutes after 7.
Damn, already? So, dating in your 40s. So one of the things this first thing we're gonna talk about when you're dating in your 40s, what is your purpose in dating? What are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to get something long term, short term? What's the goal? What are we trying to do? What's the end game? Because at that point, it can lead to what direction we want to go with it. I'm in my 40s. Like I said, you may not know it. Yeah. So I dated in my 40s, and I know some of the challenges, and I know some rewards. I know some of the good things, and I know some of the horrors. Say what?
Dana making faces.
Don't hate. This sexy come natural. Don't hate on this shit. I'm sorry. Man, hold on. I'm gonna fix my damn shirt. You gonna recognize this today? I'm tired of this.
Put us in line, babe. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Put
shit.
your pinky up too.
It's already out. I'm bougie and handsome. Handsome, shit. All right. So now, let's talk about it. If we doing for the long term? So when we doing for long term, as somebody stated today in the group, we were looking for expectations. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to get? What do we require when dating? You know, you have to really be on that same page. You know, so we're looking at long term. Do you want to stay in the same state? Do you want to move somewhere? Do you want to move out to the country? Do you want to, I don't know, do you want to have kids? Do you want to buy a house? You know, it's a lot of those things like that at that point is very important because unfortunately we're no longer just climbing like this on our lifespan. Right now we're supposed to be cruising. We're looking for retirement. You know, enjoying our life. And this is when you're in 40s, that's what you start looking at. At least for me. It's different from yeah. When you're in your 20s, it's different. It's like let's go do this, go do that. Hell, we worry about this, we worry about that tomorrow. I got 5, you got 10, that's $15. Let's go buy a bottle. You know, back, $15 when you're 20 something, you buy that cheap stuff.
Yeah. So, babe, can I ask you a question from like when you were single, right?
Been so long ago, but yes.
So, when you were single, how did you know, like in turn, we're talking about purpose, right? So how did you know when you were dating, like, okay, I'm dating with the purpose of long term, or I'm just dating and whatever happens. Like, because I hear a lot of people say things like, oh, I'm just dating, whatever happens, happens. I've said it before too. Like, how did you get to a space where it was, I'm talking about being purposeful in dating?
Well, one, like I said, at this age, I'm already knowing this is where I should be. I had tended to be in a certain stage of my life or a certain place. So being with a woman, need to be on that same page. So I know I knew it had to be meaningful and be on that page. Now, to be truthful and honest and transparent, if she wasn't there and I was still attracted to her, she was going to be a short term. I still was going to look for some kind of physical conquest. That's just being real. But I wasn't going to stop dating because I still wanted that special one.
Yeah, so you would have been dating other people while accomplishing your physical conquest, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But definitely wouldn't have put I'm definitely not gonna put a title on these conquests.
Yeah.
Now I will. I'm listening, babe.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But what if it's not that she's not looking for something? What if it's that you just don't vibe with her? Like, are you still looking to have that physical conquest, or are you moving on?
Well, part of my physical conquest, me personally, I have to vibe in some form of that. And I don't, you may not know this, but I have a true asshole side of me.
Who may not know?
So I can be
might not know.
Yeah. And I'm ashamed to say it now, but because it has happened to me before. Well, it has happened to me as I have done this to people before. I have become a black Casper. Do you know what black Casper is?
Ghosting.
Ghosting. I ghosted the hell out of some. I'm just saying, especially when you all did some online dating. I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
They think they was interested into me. I'm like, I'm just trying to get through this date. I'm thinking, and regularly, when I give you that goodbye hug, I'm like, you ain't got never worry about hearing from me again. I ain't gonna block you. I just won't answer.
Yeah.
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 Ooh, shit. But at the same time, I'm still looking for that's a special one. I can vibe with you, but I can still know you're not that special one. No, and we can do all of those stuff, but I'm knowing I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna give you a title, and I'm still gonna be cool. I'm still gonna be chivalrous, and unfortunately, because of my personality, I'm so chill and laid back. Sometimes they may look more into that than it really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sorry for them, but my niceness is not necessarily my true true affection for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I think a lot of women get confused by that, and then that upsets them. So because it's like, well, he was nice. We had good conversation. I thought we enjoyed ourselves, but then he ghosted me. He just disappeared. So I think that's important to address and talk about, and that as women, we really need to be in tune with those types of things and paying attention. Additionally, what I'll say is when I was single, early on in my dating, when I was looking for something serious, I looked at everyone as the possible, right? I was like, oh, he might be it. He's attractive. We have a good time. We got a good vibe. And then it would, flake out. And then I would meet the next person. And I'd be like, okay, now this one got to be the one, right? So that's what I struggled with when I was single and I was younger and I had just started to think about, okay, now I need to date with a purpose. I saw every man as the possible person. Tina wants to join.
Come on down. She could be next contestant.
So she's gonna be coming in and joining us in a second. But yeah, that's something I used to struggle with. I saw everybody as the potential guy. I was like, oh, he's gotta be it. Hey Tina.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay.
What you want to talk about?
Oh, nothing.
What?
I might be on the wrong side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you on the video with us.
No, I'm about to get off then. Don't be laughing at me, Marcus. I love y'all. Bye.
Hey, because that's something I would do. That's a me.
She's like, don't be laughing at me, Marcus.
That's for me. I ain't mad at her. Type what you want to say. I'm with you.
Well, she's on there now. We got questions.
Yeah. What Janelle said. What did Janelle say? How can I go up on this? I don't know how to use this.
Yeah.
Okay, here. So Janelle said, very true. My goal was a mate that shared the same interests, who was willing to be vulnerable. Like I was to build greatness together, get married, buy another home, build wealth. Someone that was my person, and I got him. And I said, I think it's the challenge to find someone you align with and who has purpose when single. Like in my 40s, I just noticed, like, of course, it's somebody you can have fun with, hook up with, all of that. But the challenge, I know for me, this is an I statement, is like meeting someone where you're on the same page with. I think I've come to the conclusion too, like dating with the purpose. In my past, it was like that, Keya, where you meet somebody like, this might be the one. Mm-hmm. Like that's out the door, totally. Mm-hmm. But like really someone that knows their purpose, knows their walk in life, can lead. It's just been a challenge. So I think it's great, everything that you're saying, but it's like, how do we start from scratch, like from the beginning of dating and then go from there? Mm-hmm. In your single.
We all have, at some point in time, we all start from scratch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. All three of us start from scratch at some point in the 40s.
Yeah.
And what the thing about it is, we can't ever get discouraged on it. Mm-hmm. You know, I got a friend. He always say, "Man, Marcus, sometimes you gotta kiss a few frogs."
Yep.
You know, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want no toady lips, but you know, that's what it is. Um, this is why you have friends and people to talk to because we have to talk it out. Say, okay, this is what happened, and also I learned to laugh at those bad experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned to laugh at them. I learned to laugh at the frogs. I get with some of the guys, man. Let me tell you how this is how this went. Man, this chick here, fella, let me tell you what happened. Man, you know she ghosted me. Man, that's messed. Oh well, and believe it or not, and what I do, I feel I'm getting ghosted. To keep from falling, especially if I like them, I was liking them a lot. I would have to delete their number, get the number out the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and so won't be no. I can't. So now I can't try to keep looking and calling back because it's gone. It's in the trash. If it was meant to be, oh well. Maybe it'll come back around. But
I just
and this
blocked
also happens to me where they'll text me months later. I have deleted the number. Like, who is this? Yeah, who is
They
this?
know they got blocked. Well,
Yeah,
no, they got deleted. I'm sorry.
yeah, they got deleted. Like, who is this? You know, them numbers that you don't know from.
Mm-hmm.
You know how black folks are. I ain't answering that number. I don't know who that is.
Right.
And that's what it is. But and by that time, we over it. I'm over it.
So
I'm moving on.
we really want to hear from the singles tonight. I mean, we're facilitating the conversation, but we want the singles to jump in and give like your thoughts and your perspective. One of the things I want to talk about too that I did when I was single is I would sometimes accept things that were on my non-negotiables. And I think like you have to know what is non-negotiable. Like when you go into it, in addition to knowing your purpose and that you do want to date purposefully, also know your a lot of people don't know their non-negotiables, until the non-negotiable pops up. And then they're like, I don't like that. Like, I don't really want to be with nobody who does this or that, right? And so what are your non-negotiables so you don't start something with somebody and then 3 months down the road, you're like, I don't really like the fact that they eat meat, right? If you a vegetarian and you get with somebody that eats meat and that was really one of your non-negotiables, but you decided, no, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. They can eat their own food. They're not thinking long-term. Because if you eat meat and I'm a vegetarian, at some point that's going to bother me. So think about your non-negotiables as a single and don't accept things that are on your non-negotiables. And if you do, that's something you just know you have to accept, because otherwise it's going to be like, you're going to constantly be frustrated. It's going to cause problems down the road for you. I've done it before. I've accepted non-negotiables and then I was like, dang, like I shouldn't have accepted that because I know I don't want that. I know I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So,
what, babe? I see you.
These non-negotiables, I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
But only thing I really say is, we make your non-negotiables realistic to
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
because people take a non-negotiable. No, he burped
There's
too
some
much.
ridiculous non-negotiables. Yes, I've heard
Yeah,
that. Like a man has to be 6'2" and above. Like he has to be like certain things. I get it. I know where you're going with that. You're right. When I started out and I was younger, I had some ridiculous stuff on my list. It was ridiculous. And as you get older and more mature, and like you're like, okay, that's ridiculous.
yeah.
You don't have to be 6'2" and a half.
I'm curious. What's some of the non-negotiables that's for the single people that's currently dating right now? I heard yours because you ain't single, but I get it. But what's some of this? What's
Dana,
some of your non-negotiables?
They need to have a growth mindset. So you can't have like a fixed mindset where you know, it's like your way or the highway. You're not open to new things, new ideas. You're judgmental. Also, like, I don't have kids, and I'm not saying I wouldn't date anybody with kids, because I would, because I'm 40. But like, when you have like multiple kids and multiple kids' mothers, sometimes that can cause a challenge for someone who doesn't have kids. I'm okay with you having kids, but like when it's like 3 different baby mamas and 3,
and they young.
yeah, and they're right, and the kids is under 7. That's a lot.
That was actually my number 1 non-negotiable when I was dating.
Yeah.
You could not have little kids.
Yeah.
Like, really, you had to have teenagers to date me. If you didn't have teenagers, I just wasn't interested in dating you, because I wasn't interested in dating someone that had little kids that we had to worry about daycare and pickups and drop-offs. And, you know, I did all of that.
Yeah. Tina said, if you're not taking care of your kids, then, yeah. And then Janelle said, very true. Please listen, because non-negotiables are real problems after 3 to 6 months. And that is so
it's true.
Where you look, and a lot of it, sometimes it comes from like loneliness. You've been by yourself. You have this person that's giving you attention. You're like, okay, let's see if this works. And then you get out, you're like, you know what? No.
I mean, I've done it. I've done it, so I know that it's true, and it's going to cause a problem.
It does.
It is going to cause a problem.
Because we're in the infatuation stage. You know, you still like, oh, she's this, she look like this, or you know, she's got this quality. I can overcome this. Well, this makes her good.
Exactly.
And so I get that. You know, I'll do that. I'll do that in a minute, because I really, when I dated, it wasn't too many non-negotiables. I never thought about calling them non-negotiables. It's almost like, I don't want to date nobody like this. I don't want to date nobody with some young kids. Or I don't like really, or especially now, or then, no, if I say now, when I was in my 40s, I really want to date nobody in my 20s. That's in their 20s. Because they irritate me. The conversation irritates me.
Yeah.
You know, so things like that. And like Tina said, not taking care of your kids.
I'm not taking if you're not taking care of your health. That's true.
Yep.
Because
then I gotta take care of you.
Yep.
Ultimately, like, that's what that comes down to. Like, if you aren't, you know, being healthy, then that means I later have. That's a good one, Tina.
Yeah, that's a
good one.
Or like, and if you're very into your health and health conscious, and the person like really does not care at all, that poses the problem.
Yeah. I guess that I never thought about having to see. I didn't think about the health one. Like, hey, but I do.
Older.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking from my male point of view is like taking care of my own health. We want to go to the gym and whatever and try to look sexy and everything. That's great. And it's more for ego, not necessarily for health. A lot of times. And
well, it should be for both.
Right. I'm like,
it should be what it is. They always wanted to say. Then we gotta look at, you know, and what you said about having to take care of your partner because they're not taking their health now.
Yep.
And if you truly love and you truly invest in your partner, if they go down, you're going to be there for them.
Right.
So that's really a big thing, you know. Let's take care of yourself now, so won't be no problem later on.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was a real good one, Tina. That's a real good one. So what was the next thing we were discussing, babe, on the list?
Wait a minute, then we was talking about short-term, maybe we talked about a little bit about short-term dating. And one of the things that we have to address about short-term dating is if you're looking for long-term, you're doing short-term, sometimes Mr. Short blocks the long-term Mr. Right, or the right person, because we have to have room in our space for the people that's who's meant for us, you know, male, female, you know, because one of the things you don't want to complicate things is sex. A lot of times the short term could be more physical.
Mm-hmm.
Then now you got, oh, this is the one I want. Then you start, and one of the things I experienced before was they'll move slow with the one they trying to be with, but still do the hoochie coochie dance with the short term guys. Like, okay, and I was like, yo, how the hell he getting all the benefits, but
Yeah.
I'm doing all the dancing?
You doing all
This
the
some
work.
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I experienced that several times in my life, and that really discouraged me. You know, unfortunately, but fortunately, it would never give me a negative outlook on women. But that it really would hurt. Like I'm doing things the right way and getting the short end of the stick, I felt. So
Yeah.
sometimes we need to make sure you leave space and know how to get rid of the short term. I would maybe say when you want to put your heart in something to get you of a strong possibility of the one you're looking for long term.
Yeah.
Then also sometimes short term we may not be even looking for some long term. We just out there. I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to be have for a date, go to movies,
That's
concert.
fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes just that's fine, you know. But everybody always say, let your intentions be known.
Right.
This is where it's going.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things everybody dating in the dating pool knows is what's not a guarantee is honesty. Honesty is not guaranteed when
Mm-hmm.
dating. You know, you hear a lie before you hear the truth. A lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So, but short term, like I said, know what lane you want to be in, and make sure one don't interfere with the other. That's that's what I think. You know, is anybody on here interested in a short term relationship? Just want to date? I want to hear your thoughts on it. Anybody just want to say, I just want to date, have fun, you know, hang out? Because at some point in time, you just content with how your life is.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, while we wait for somebody to possibly comment on that question, I want to say that I really want to. What you laughing at?
Tina.
What she said?
Nope. I just felt that. I felt that strong, emphatic no just come through the words. Like
I never used that emoji. I was an X emoji. I like that.
I want to say that from when I was dating, it is really hard sometimes on your emotional and mental health. And I want to acknowledge that for all the singles. Because we talk a lot about our relationship and other happy relationships, and that's great. It's inspiring to people to one day get to that space. However, from a person that was in the dating pool and, you know, had to keep my mouth closed because there was a lot of pee in it, I think there is something to say about like really maintaining a strong mental and emotional healthy space, like being careful about what you're taking in, what you're listening to, what you're reading, what you're watching, because that can affect your mental health while you're single. You don't want to speak negatively about it because the power of words. So if you speak negatively and be like, I don't want a relationship, I hate these lines. If you do that, then you're not going to attract what it is you want. That's going to delay it. And so it's important that we take care of our mental and emotional health during that season, because when you are really ready to be in a partnership with somebody and it just seems like, oh, it's just nothing's moving, you know, that can be a hard place to be in. And so I want to encourage the singles to just make sure you are talking to people that are going to be positive, who are supportive through your journey of singlehood, because that's really, really important. It's really important to have positive people around you during that time, because if not, what's going to happen is you start taking in all these things, and then it really affects your emotional and mental health. So yeah, it can be difficult, but don't speak about it negatively. Don't give up. Don't think that you're not worthy enough to have the love that you deserve. That's my 2 cents about it. I just wanted to interject that.
No, that's good. You know, it made me think. It's like you're right. When we're single or make ourselves a better version of ourselves, or when that perfect person or that right person for perfect person for us comes around, we're the best version of ourselves for the other person. Like for example, me and you joke around all the time. You know, if we met 5, 6 years ago, we wouldn't have made it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you weren't ready.
Exactly.
You know, so I guess short term. Nobody really only here looking for the short term. But before I move on, Tam had me laugh at one point. She went back and was saying, I'm sure I've been in some guy's stories. We was talking
Uh,
about,
oh, you talking about before?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's funny. Now let's talk about some of the fiction. When I mean by fiction, some of the lies or untruths that we run into when we're dating, some of the things that we get misled about.
Mm-hmm.
No, for
Talk
example,
about
we were just talking about our non-negotiables, or like the video that was posted about no, it wasn't a video. I think it was Floyd posted something about your expectations.
it. Mm-hmm.
You don't giving the person a roadmap to your heart. Well, unfortunately, when you do that, give a roadmap to the heart, it can lead to lies. Now I know what to say to get to you. I know how to manipulate you into getting what I want out of it. Not really caring about the future, but putting everything into that present. And when I say that, getting that physical or the monetary out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we do. A lot of people lie. Hey, yeah, I want the same thing too.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah,
Yeah.
like you were saying, you want an open mindset. I'm open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm willing to change
And
that.
you have,
Yeah,
like, that is
I'm
a
willing to
good
give.
one, babe.
Yeah.
So the reason why that's so good is because, and I know people that have done this, and I have done this, in fact. But when you tell people, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, and then they start to deliver those things, especially early on in dating, and then you say they changed. They didn't change. You gave them everything they needed to do what they did. And so, like, that's why I always talk about accountability. It's like we have to be accountable for the choices we make, but we also have to be accountable for the information that we're putting out there.
Be careful.
Because like, and I know you said we weren't going to talk about online dating, but the only thing I'm going to mention about that is that's one of the negatives about online dating, because people will put whatever they want.
Yeah.
They'll look at somebody else's profile, and then they'll create their profile to resemble what your profile says. And then you're thinking, oh, they said they think the same way I think. They want the same things I want. And it's like we go too much off of what people say versus people's actions. And then 3 months, 6 months later down the road, it's like you're looking and saying, what they said they were this, they said this, they said that. But did they ever show that? And even if they did, that's because they're manipulators. And they took the information that you gave them and they manipulated the situation. So you have to be intuitive enough to kind of pick up on those things as well. No person that's really interested starts off doing that and then 3 months backs off unless they playing games.
Yeah, it goes like you said. People are going to show you who they are.
Yeah.
You know, who you are is like breathing. It's natural.
Mhm.
I can hold my breath for a minute, but at some time I got to breathe. So I can fake it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can't fake it forever.
Yep.
So
Yes.
long as you stay focused on the appeal and look for the signs. So this is what people always saying on all the posts and all the comment and all the videos. People want to show you who they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it sounds easy, and it's not all. Now sometimes it's not because we get a lot of times we get blinded for what we're desiring
Mhm.
or overly or hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fairy tales is for books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The true happy ending comes with work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just actually just told one of my friends back in St. Louis, I was like, you actually have to be a vigilant dater. Like you have, just like how we are about driving, right? You got to constantly be looking to see what other people are doing. When you're dating, you constantly have to be looking out to be like, well, what's your intention? What's going on here? Like, not necessarily like paranoid, but you got to be watchful. And you have to be in tuned, with those situations because, again, people will tell you anything they want to tell you.
I can sell you a dream, but you better keep the receipt.
That's good.
Yeah. So another one under the fiction section, their marital status.
Mm.
I'm not married
Mm-hmm.
or I'm divorced. No. Well, I'm married, but I'm separated. Or we're not we're not together, but we just live together. We're like roommates. She know I'm out here doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, things of that nature. Um, only reason I call you so late, I want to make sure the kids are asleep. No, I got custody of the kids. I want to make sure they sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or I'm working late. I can't get to. No, I work long hours.
I can't talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was just driving. I was driving, thinking about you. Well, no, I'm just driving to Walmart. Whatever. I could get some groceries. And that, I talk better. I talk better when I'm in the car. That's I'm always gonna talk. I like talking to you when I'm driving from work home. Well, I made it
On the
home,
way
but I'll talk
there.
to you later. Yeah.
I just dealt with somebody like that who was telling me a story about that. Well, I ain't gonna say just, but you remember because I was telling you about it. You were sitting there as I was on the phone with her, and she was like, it was so many red flags, right? And she just kept telling me how he's great. I really like him, but I've never been to his house. I don't talk to him after these hours. Sometimes he'll just hang the phone up on me.
No.
Like, it was every single glaring red flag possible. And him just inviting himself to her house and just all of these different things. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's like going down the rabbit hole further and further down. And of course, the outcome was what I knew it would be, after months of playing this game, after months of getting money out of her, after months of, the manipulation and things like that. It's like, we have to be wise. I know our emotions can get caught up in stuff, but when you're single, you have to be smart. When a man is asking you for money and you've only been dating a couple of months, when a man is telling you he can't talk to you at certain times and he's constantly giving excuses, we have to, I made the mistake of dating somebody who, which you talked about the status, who told me that they were divorced. Now, everybody who knows me knows I work in the legal field. I look up everybody, right?
Case netted him. I'm not even in the legal field.
I did not look him up.
Oh, you didn't look him up?
Immediately, I did not. I did not, because I had been to his apartment. He had been to my apartment. So I'm like, oh, he's clearly divorced, right? Because he got his place. he comes and goes whenever. I talk to him at all times of day, blah, 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 right? No, they were separated. She had her own place. She had the person she was dating, and he moved on with his life. However, it still was a lie. You still lied to me. That's problematic. And so by the time I found out, by the time I did my investigation, and the only reason I did the investigation, to be honest, was because I was listening to this podcast, and this lady was talking about, ladies, you still need to check. I don't care if that man is telling you he's divorced, he lives by himself, you still need to check. That's the only reason I didn't check before. And so I was like, let me do the check. And sure enough, he was still married. And the worst thing about it is he got so defensive when I said something to him about it, and was like, well, why would you look that up? Like, no, that's not, you turned it on me. And I actually fell for that. I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have, attacked you like that. But that's the manipulation and the games that people will play with you, especially once they know your feelings have got involved in it. And so we got to be so vigilant when we're dating and careful. Immediately look people up.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Right. I missed casing that in Missouri. That was the first thing I did, was casing at you to see, were you still married? Were you divorced? How many kids you had?
Yeah. I can do it for you.
Don't worry about it. I got some problems in Texas getting information quickly.
Anything you want to know,
Thank you. I appreciate it, because it's a little bit harder here. But in Missouri, you can get everything. I know how much child support you pay. I know all of that.
God, you're making it hard for a pimp.
Check
this out.
Samara says sometimes you need to reset and have fun. I think that's when we were talking about being single. Mm-hmm. And then she said, do you self-check while dating?
So Tam said, do you, as a single person, do you self-check while dating?
I'm not, to me, that's unclear. I'm not sure what that means by self-checking. If somebody do self-checking while dating, give me an example so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But while somebody do that, the divorce thing, true story. I don't think I told you this one, babe.
Yeah, you told me. I know what story you're talking about.
Oh, okay, who?
Maybe you shouldn't share on here if you didn't.
Babe, I don't really care. It's just before me. I don't care.
Yeah. So before, I was actually moved in my apartment and sold a house, and my wife went her way, I went my way, and a lot in your mind, like, okay, we're divorced, we're not together. Well, on paper, you still are.
Yeah.
So when I go out to try to date people, I'll tell them I'm divorced. And one lady I was dating, I liked her. I really enjoyed it. We was hanging pretty tough, and it was like, you're still legally married? I was like, yeah. And she stopped talking to me for about a week. And that made me realize, hey, take your ass down there. Well, go ahead and get that paperwork done.
File them papers. Mm-hmm.
Right. Because that goes saying, when you're serious about trying to be with somebody, you do what you need to do.
Yep.
And it just happened. After I got it done, got stuff signed, and you file it. And it's funny that when I got to file and everything, she so happened to call me back. Like, you didn't, and we was cool, and we started dating again. And I told her my court date. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, she never said nothing about my court date. When I went down, finally got my court, and I went to court and everything, when I was telling them I'm going to court on this date, like a week before, she was like, I remember. I just wasn't going to say nothing about it. I was going to see what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So it goes to saying, you do what you want to do for who you want to do it for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the kick of my ass to say, hey, get your ass in and get the shit done.
Yep. You're done.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'll still no self check. Okay. Now let's talk about some truthful things when dating at 40. Some of the positive things, like when you're dating at 40, finding a life partner. You know, a lot of people dating in their 40s, they want to find somebody long term. You know, it's more evident that you're more likely you'll find somebody who's like, okay, I want to settle down. I done did this BS. I done hung out in the streets till 4 o'clock in the morning.
What did I say this? Argue.
Say what?
I don't believe. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't believe that.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I don't
You know,
either, baby.
Yeah, I
Remember
know.
I told
You don't think
that
so?
Yeah, because I saw when you put that in there, I was like, you put something in there. I was like, I almost was like, no.
So you think it's less? So let me ask you this then: do you
No.
believe less people in their 40s who dating are less likely looking for the long-term relationship in a lifetime partner than you are, say, in your 30s and 20s?
I feel like it was easier in my 30s and 20s. I'm gonna be honest. Like
Really?
more, yeah, I did. Than in my 40s. Now, I don't know. Just my perspective as far as because a lot of people maybe have been scarred from previous relationships, or they've been married, they're divorced, they don't want to do it again. They're like, kind of doing what they want to do. They don't want to be in relationships. Of course, it's a group of people that do want to be in relationships and want to make it work, but yet the single pool, it's a lot of people that are just cool with chilling, hanging out, having fun.
No, I do think there's a big pool of that. So let me ask you this then: how do we find, or how do we get? What's a positive way? What's
If
what's
I
a
knew, believe me,
action plan?
please tell me.
Yeah.
You said what?
What's the action plan for that then?
Yeah.
Because, and one of the things I would think we can do is, if you're looking for somebody who's like-minded like us, I would think they hang in like-minded places.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Now that I agree with.
So instead of a club, maybe go to somewhere where somebody who likes to be home at a certain time. What would they go in the daytime? Maybe, and like me personally, I would rather do a happy hour than a nightclub.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you.
One, we could talk.
Yep, I agree.
And I can go to bed.
Yep, we on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monday through Thursday, I'm not, hanging out late is not really feasible on a regular because,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I would say maybe somewhere. So let's give an example. Give me something you like to do, Dana.
I like to work out. I like
Okay.
to travel. Stuff with business. I like to eat.
Yeah.
You
All
like
right. So
I like to drink. I like a happy hour.
Okay.
I like live bands, live music.
Okay. So let's think about the eating. Where would I go to eat? You always say take yourself on a date. Where can I go to eat where I can see when people I can be approachable at? People can see me, I can see them. Because because one thing we got in common, we like the same food at that point.
Yep, I agree.
Then you talk about live music. Where can I go and sit and have a drink and still be sociable? No, and I'm saying live music, I mean something kind of toned down.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's also probably very business minded, financially focused. Maybe like financial seminars. I can meet somebody at a financial seminar who's doing something, who has entrepreneur, who want to open their damn business. I can't say entrepreneurial.
Yeah, professional organizations.
Yes, something like that. Maybe those places.
One of the things I used to do was sit at the bar. I would go to like a nice hotel bar, and I would sit at the bar and have me a couple of drinks. People generally speak when you're alone at a bar. That's a great spot for people to come and talk to you at. So that's something that I used to do, was because I like a good cocktail. I love a good cocktail. So to go sit at the bar, okay, that means you like a good cocktail too, right? So now that's going to spark a conversation and possibly a connection. Smoking cigars has always, been a good thing for me, although I've never really wanted to date anybody in the cigar mix. So that was interesting. I still don't think you in the mix, but you was kind of in the mix. But
I'm a special guy.
that's a hard thing too, because it's like, do I want to mix the things I really like to do with somebody that I'm dating? You know what I'm saying? So that can be a challenge as well. We got any more comments, Dana?
Sis, you just friendly. She is. She is friendly Bob.
I am friendly Bob.
She is friendly Bob.
Until I ain't.
Until you check out the side. But if you just meet her surface level,
if you know me on the surface, I'm like, but people will be like, y'all don't know this other side.
Tam said the meaning of self-check meaning, being self-aware of how you move when dating. Are you willing to overlook certain behavior, but say the opposite? Self-check is having a booty call, but saying waiting for a relationship. Self-check is about raw reality, admitting your flaws and poor choices. I agree.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good check.
Yeah. That alludes to what I said earlier about accountability.
Yeah.
Like owning our stuff. That's why I said I used to do this. Like, this is something I used to do, and I needed to own that so that I could make better choices going forward. That's the only way that you can evolve and change, is by acknowledging. Sometimes we stay in the same mistakes because we've never stopped to acknowledge, hey, this is a mistake. It's not helping me. It's hurting me.
And checking your stuff, because I have to do that sometimes. I need to check myself and be like, you know what? This is not healthy for me to do this.
Yeah.
Like, let me stop. Because I know if I do this, it's going to have a ripple. It's going to have a compound effect if I do this. So let me check myself. And that's hard at times.
Yeah.
It's extremely hard. Yeah. Being honest with yourself is not easy.
Yeah, that's good, Tam. Thank you for sharing that.
Man. Yeah. Now, and that kind of goes along with sharing. We talked about this earlier, baby, sharing experiences. Experiences that you have, and we can talk about. When I say experience, it could be a range of things, from anything from the way we grew up to the music we like, to some of the pitfalls and challenges we have about being single or being in a relationship. What we did to grow while we were single, or as being single. What do we grow? Our self-check to help us grow.
Yeah.
That's the truth, and that's also. So we also got to look at it. Being single could be a tool. If you're single and you're not trying to be single, sometimes being single could be a tool to help tune yourself up.
Definitely, I agree.
Definitely. A lot of times we come out of a relationship. A lot of times we like to blame the other.
Yep.
They didn't do this, so it was their fault. I did everything I was supposed to do. Bullshit.
Yeah.
If ain't nobody did everything they're supposed to in any relationship.
Yep.
So true.
We all have done. Maybe we did more than the other, which led to a split. But no, we all had some kind of fault. We all didn't handle everything perfectly. That's just the plain truth.
Yeah.
Even when you're in your current relationship, you're not handling everything the right way every time. You're just better at it.
That's true.
And having a safe space to share with. Like, you have to know who out of your circle you can share certain things with. You can't share everything with everybody. Like, I know certain friends that I can share certain things with. Like,
that's true.
Where
that is true, because you know how they say no man or no person is meant to be an island. And and that's what it is. we have to. A lot of times we lean on each other. You know, even the most introverted person has to release somehow. You know, me personally, I have maybe I have a very small circle, and I may express something to very few people because I'm a natural introvert, but I still have to release it somehow,
Yep.
or my mind's gonna do something silly.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing when I talk about the truth, when you're dating in your 40s, you're more likely to have to more likely. I got to emphasize this. More likely to find somebody who's a little bit more mature and stable.
Maybe.
That's why I said most like. It's more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it in your face. Yeah, I see it in your face, boy.
I mean that. But you're
Yeah.
right. You would think, yes.
You would think now. Sometimes now, a lot of times when we don't find a mature person, we gotta do a self check. Where the hell we looking at? Where we finding these bums at?
Yep. I agree.
If you find this bum at who's hanging out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning every few nights,
Yeah, hide away
that's
every
right.
night.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's true.
Yep.
So you expecting him to be something better than he is? You just fooling yourself. So
I agree.
that's now if you finding him now the guy you talking to here is like, okay, hey, it's 10 o'clock. The hell wrong with me? Let me take my ass home, get some rest so I can make this money in the morning. Or let me, or like say, hey, no, I can. Why? Let me take my ass home because the money I can spend at this bar talking crazy shit. I could be planning to take this money, go on a trip, and have a better time. I could take this money when I go on this date. We could spend have a good time and do something a little bit more fun or a little more lavish, something that she like to do.
Yeah.
Instead of me trying to show out. And once again, that's not mature, trying to show out. I got money. See, I can buy this drink. See, I got this good tequila. Yeah. I can't pronounce the name, but it shows but I can afford it.
You're fine.
And y'all, you ladies right into that.
Yeah, it's true. It is so true.
Or there's a front in the beginning, like they have this facade that they can keep up, and then after a couple months, they're like, I really can't. Like I'm trying to, because their financial situations are different, and they're like, I can't do this.
And that comes back to when you say we got is being honest. Which is kind of hard. It's hard to especially if you think like, okay, she's a quality woman. I can't let her know I'm broke as shit right now.
Yeah.
But I still love her. I'm just broke as hell.
Yeah.
So they'll try to do anything to try to hold on to you so nobody else gets you. But they're not really ready for you. And that's where we have to really pay attention and be in tune with that. Because they will try to be like, no, I'm going to keep her, even though I'm not ready to be in this relationship yet.
But let's go back to the mature person. The thing about the mature person is trying to be in the right place at the right time to find them. Yeah. Because you saying they're not out there like that. Yeah. Well, we can't spend our time on places where we know they're not at.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So that's another thing. We really can't focus on like, hey, I'm gonna go out here. Cause guess what? If I'm going out here, where all these immature bums at, why am I here so often? Where the bums at? I'm going to attract bums because I'm where bums at.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah. So let's retune and let's go somewhere where the mature people are more likely to be. That maybe that's a challenge. Maybe that's something that we all need to focus on, work on. There's a place where they're more likely to be.
Yeah.
Yep. The light go up over there. Y'all got getting cozy over there.
I don't know how to turn the light on here.
Yeah. Another power bill paid. Shit.
I
don't know how to turn.
Who is it?
Somebody that knocked on the
Hold on.
I'm on a call
What the
right
fuck you
now.
mean? Who the fuck at my door?
Thank you.
We good.
What the fuck?
We good.
I'm about to come out of character. Hold on. What the fuck at my
How you turn on the light?
Oh, hit that switch right there.
Oh, there we go. And then there was like,
That was some people about AT&T or something.
Oh,
we was like, we both looked, we were like, we good.
yeah. Oh, what the hell we talking about? What the hell we? Oh yeah, got me off track. So let's talk about. So we gotta find out where would you find the people that are with the same values and the same goals as us, you know, because everybody can't say I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this, I want this, I want that, and nobody finding each other.
Mhm.
So that's just that. I'm sorry, that's just impossible,
Yeah.
you know. So it sounds like everybody in a different car on the same highway.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So
So
we gotta close up, babe, because it's 10
Yeah.
after 8.
okay,
So you know what you have for closing? Let's
I'm
talk about
listening.
that. Oh, hold on, because I'm gonna have Dana read some of the comments.
Tam said, let's talk about women 40 and older. We need the mature men to like us and not be boring. Yes. Set in their ways, bad health, and lack positive mentality.
So we kind of
Okay.
talked about the
Not a grandpa.
we talked about the health thing earlier. About the importance of the men taking care of themselves. So the woman that you're with don't have to take care of you later on. That was one of the things that Tina mentioned was a non-negotiable. And then what else did she say?
She said mature men to like us and not be boring, set in their ways, bad health, and lack positive mentality.
Yeah, I think the positive mentality one is a big one too. What do you say about that, babe? I'm gonna let you address that because it's really kind of like geared towards the men.
All right. So there's several men out there watching. They can join in and put in the comments. So let's talk about the first part. Said mature men liking us. We like you. Trust me, we looking at you. At the same time, I have to play devil's advocate. Just like you talk about men's health, and how you said I would go to gym. Men go to the gym for ego. And you should go for ego and health. We know a lot of times sometimes women where we saw women that will try to don't do the same. You know, we want you to be around as well. So if we go into the gym, that's what we say gotta be like minded. So when we go to the gym, we want you going as well. You know, then you talk about not be boring. Well, what's boring? This is where we go back to saying you have to find out somebody who thinks like you, who go out, who's doing the same things you're doing. You know, when you say boring, let's go home and sit and watch TV and hanging out, and that's a good night for us. That may be boring to some, that might be a good night for others. And there are plenty of, so that's where it's got to be like-minded, because there's plenty of ladies who they want to be homebodies. That's what they want to do. As well as there's plenty of men who want to go out and who wants to go out every weekend and listen to live music and have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So it just find a like-minded person in that. And positive mentality, that is hard. When I say it's hard, because sometimes the same issues that we talk about women having and being scarred, I hate to say it, but scarred or have a positive or discouragement, men are going through the same thing. Like saying being ghosted, hell, we get ghosted. We get lied to. We get cheated on. We get talked about, you know. Hey, first thing they want to say is, hey, he had a bad sex game. I can't do nothing with him. So we lack a positive mentality on that well. But then at the same time, we also did a lot of times we still do. But guess what? Because when we get the right woman, we find her. Guess what? Our whole attitude change. Oh, I want to do this with my baby. I want to go here with her. I want to do this. I just want to go chill with her. The positive mentality, the mentality can come more positive with the right person. Just like we think if it's the right one, we perk up. Oh shit, she talking to me. Hell yeah, that it's natural to say, hey, when she call you on the phone, you start smiling. Oh, you sit up in your chair a little bit. You talk, okay. How was your day, baby? Your voice get a little deeper, chest get a little higher up. It's the partnership. Our partnership brings that more of a positive mentality. What we trying to do is not to get discouraged. When you're dating, you cannot be discouraged. You got to put the work in. The more work you put in, the better reward it is when you get that right person. This is why you say, Danny was talking about you got some people to talk to. I said at the beginning, people we gonna talk it out. The friends to talk to, because they want to hear the same thing. They want to be your rock as well. And some of them understand what's going on. Some they know I'm here to listen. I can't help you, but I can listen, and that's all sometimes we need.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, turn that negative stuff into a positive. Men, we want to stay positive too. But the biggest difference is a lot of times we don't always share it like we should. Get off our chest, which leads to that mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're trying to we start saying, "Oh man, fuck them hoes," because we don't got discouraged or discarded. Then now you talking about, oh, fuck them hoes, and you letting the good one come pass because you done got, I don't know, hurt. Man, get over that shit. Talk it out, get over it, move on. So the positive mentality, we out there. They're out there. The same place you find a person with the same likes, the same mentality, and the good health. They're the same place you're gonna find them with the positive mentality. Let's get it going. Let's get the future together.
So we're gonna go through these last comments, and then we're gonna have closing statements, and that's it. I can't see that far though.
Well, he said, "Tell it, Marcus. Tell it." He said, "Gotta stay positive and be more expressive."
So
Yeah.
that was really good, babe. Like that was really, really good. I think that it's important to end it that way on a positive note, and to ensure that I said this earlier. I'll repeat a little bit of it again, and that is for my singles. I know I'm there with you in spirit. I know. I want you guys to stay positive though. I want you to maybe start thinking about the shift that Marcus mentioned. Where can I go where I can meet like-minded people that I just might make a connection with somebody, because even like for me, it made me think, and I wasn't even doing this with that thought, but when I first came to Dallas, I was literally in the clubs. Like I was in the streets. I was going out 2 and 3 times a week. And so when I was single, I wasn't really trying to date anybody though. And so when I did meet people, those are the types of people I was meeting, but those are the places I was going. So it was no surprise that I'm connecting with men who were not serious because they at the club with me 2 and 3 times a night. I see the same people 2 or 3 times a night. So of course you're not interested in anything beyond this because this is what you do on the regular. And so, yeah, once you do change your environment and your mindset, and understand that it's going to be, you're going to have good dates, you're going to have bad dates, and then you'll ultimately meet that person that you actually really connect with. The objective here, though, is protecting your mental and emotional health at all times. If you feel like, watching certain videos or being around certain people or having certain conversations, if that's not helping you, like, listen to your body, listen to your mental, and be like, okay, I probably need to take a break from this because it's making me feel some kind of way. Like I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling sad, or whatever.
I can't see you.
Oh. I don't care about my face being seen. I look rough tonight.
So, and I think that's it, babe. We discussed it, and we could go deeper into this. So for those who are single out there in the group, I want you to post some of the positive things that happen when you're dating experiences when they happen. Let us share in it. Or if you find a place where the like-minded people are, share it so others can go there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, if you take yourself on a date, post it.
Mm-hmm.
I did that
Share
on
that
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I did that Saturday.
Yeah. We said that you nobody got to take you on a date, or you got to take nobody on a date. Take yourself on a date.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know. I'm taking myself on a date this weekend. I ain't tell her yet. Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, I'm taking myself to the movies. I'm get all that popcorn.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So I am. Thank you. But share it. We all want to hear about it. We all want to experience the positive things going on. And other people who's not going through as positive at that moment, let them know it is good shit still out there.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, babe, let's wrap it up.
Yes, we want to continue to inspire, encourage, empower the single people. We love you all. We want to definitely create some things for you all. We definitely need more participation from the singles, but that doesn't stop us with planning and coming up with ideas. We're constantly talking about things that we can do to make it so that as singles, you all feel like this group is also for you. It's not just for people who are in relationships. It's not just for people who are married. It's for everybody. Because the focus is just about having healthy, positive, lasting partnerships with people. So, and even yourself, that's what we say about if you're single, have that positive, loving, empowered relationship with yourself until that person comes. So, as always, we are open to suggestions and feedback and all of that. We love you all. This was such great dialogue. We're going to have to do it again. We had a bunch of stuff. Well, Marcus kind of did the notes on this today by himself because I just got kind of overwhelmed today. So thank you, babe, for doing that. But we did think of a bunch of different topics we could talk about, and it's like we could go on forever. But this topic really kind of derived off of when I asked for suggestions. So it kind of started off what Dana said, and then we kind of like trickled and some other stuff. So hope you all enjoyed this. Tell us if you feel like this was valuable, what nuggets you got from this. And as always, invite other singles, invite other people into the group so that we can grow and we can have these single events. What you got, babe?
I just want to thank you, babe, for always. You're very insightful, And I also want to thank Dana for helping out with today. You know, keeping my seat warm. I really appreciate it.
I got you.
Yeah. And I just want to say good night to everybody. See you in 7 days.
Bye.
Peace.